Welcome back, everyone, at long last to more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I'm Overlord, and here we are in the Republican Embassy, and our Sith prisoner who we can interrogate is right over here. Unfortunately, he is bugged to hell. I can't get this part of the quest to work. It might be Persuade check. I've heard this quest is buggy. I've heard numerous things. The point is, it don't work. Maybe I'll show off failed attempts in a bonus video, but that doesn't make for entertaining
You're the one who's
gameplay.
gonna try to get into the Sith base, eh? Huh. Good luck. You're gonna need it. This is our main computer room here. We got the box of pass cards we got from the Sith, but we haven't been able to break their encryption yet.
Well, I understand hacking is hard.
The numeric system they use, but there are holes in our terminal sequence patterns. The strings of numbers that end the code sequences. If we could complete those strings, we would have the key to their encryption system. The encryption system is composed of 6 matrices. Each is based on a mathematical method. The holes we're missing are the final number in each of the strings. Most are simple, but the final 2 matrices seem to be much more difficult.
Yes, the last 2 matrices were pretty bad.
Or something. And the last is divided into smaller subparts. Maybe the pattern for that is within each part. But I have to admit, all this is a bit over my head. I haven't even been able to slice past the first matrix, and I've been at this for hours. I've run a dozen cards already. But the good thing is we have a whole box of them, so you don't have to worry about running out anytime soon. Since Roland said you were cleared, you can use the computer freely. I'll be here if you have any questions.
I'm not sure if that's deliberate on the voice actor's part, but he talks like a crack addict on Jolt Cola, which is how most hackers sound. I want you to note for the record, he spent several hours attempting to decode the first matrix. Well, let's us give it a shot, Here it is, the first matrix. Additive. 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 7, 7 to 11, 11 to 16. I'm sensing a pattern. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 would be the next, so 16 plus 6 is 20. Oh my god, we just beat several man-hours of this crappy hacker's work. You get the gist. They're mathematical puzzles. This one is the same, but in reverse. The number being subtracted goes down by 1 to the point where you're subtracting -1. And so subtract -2 would be adding 2 or 18. Multiplicative. This one is not hard for you to figure out. It should take but 2 seconds to realize it's doubling. And divisive. Again, it's being halved. These last two are a little tricky. The exponential one, it's basically you have 1 to the 9th, or well, it's 1 to the something, and then you have 32, which is 2 to the 4th. Yes, that's correct. Yes, 2 to the 4th, and then you have 3 to the 3rd. So as you can see, it's sort of the lower number is increasing and the top number is decreasing. So you have 3 to the 3rd, and then this is 4 squared, and this is 5 to the 1st. So the next would be 6 to the 0, and any power to the 0 is just anything to the 0th power is just itself, so the answer is 6. And then you get this one, and I have no clue. Someone in the thread will probably enlighten me, but I looked it up, and the answer is 7. Boop! And we have a card. Voila! We now have access to the Sith base. Let's go brag.
Hey, great! You slice the encryption on those cards. They change the codes regularly, so you'll have to use it pretty soon or not at all.
I think I know why he failed at hacking. Your console's behind you, buddy. Okay. Another fine, upstanding Republic soldier. Where do they find these recruits? So we have the pass card to the Sith base. This gets us in. There's other ways in. You can't just fight your way in. In fact, we're going to have to anyway. But it gets us a little further in than you normally would. I was going to stop at the general store, but I decided against it. I don't really need anything from there. So we're just going to head back to the Sith hangar, which is our ticket into the Sith base. Oh, God. You've got to be kidding me. This game. There's HK and there's Jolie. Yay. God. while I'm running back, I'm going to talk a little bit about Dragon Con. I know you don't give a crap about my personal life, but I will talk about it in the Star Wars sense. I went to a couple Star Wars themed panels there. They were very fun. One of them was an author panel featuring Timothy Zahn, Michael Stackpole, Kevin J. Anderson, Rebecca, God, I forgot her name, and A.C. Crisper. It was very entertaining. They all had some very cool stories to tell about how they got into the Star Wars novel gig, and it was very, very cool. I got to ask a couple of questions of Timothy Zahn, who was, of course, my favorite author and the best one. Don't anyone question it. So that was really cool, and DragonCon in general was great. Sad no one from the thread was able to go. If you did go, and you saw me, I was wearing Star Wars nerd t-shirts all day. And I even entered a Mr. Fanboy contest, but let's not speak of that one anymore. Back to the game, we're going to the Sith base. I know, infiltrating a Sith base doesn't seem like this game, but... What a wonderful language. Hello. Oh, come on, that seems unfair. I could just be delivering a package. Alright, fine. Oh. Yeah, he won't jump if people are in the way. But Jolie slaughters with the best. Well, here's the way into our Sith base. It's this shuttle right here. Have Jolie toss a couple force heals our way.
What?
And da-da-da-da. Launching. Launching Commensacon. Now I'll show you the difference that the Sith pass card gets you to the secondary entrance. Normally you would start around here-ish at the primary entrance. I'll actually be showing that off later in the video. So it does have an advantage to hacking the card other than just a fun little mini game with math puzzles.
What?
HK clear the way and off we go. They do keep their bases very clean. Oop. This isn't where I park my car. Ah, what the hell. I'm here. Hi.
You there. I don't recognize you. How did you get in here? You. I don't recognize you. I know the face of every Sith on this planet. We'll get to the bottom of this. Commander Gran, report to the security desk immediately.
She's surprisingly strong-willed mind for a secretary.
You authorized this person to enter. I don't know them. And their identification doesn't match up. They're spies.
What? Sound the alarm! Droids, destroy them!
Again, I'm just delivering packages. Alright, well, you deserve to get force choked for this pitch. Meanwhile, Jolie, I'm gonna have show off the destroy droid power because it's awesome. It's basically force lightning that only works on droids. It's a light side power, completely disables them, and it does a shit ton of damage. And on these weaker droids, it's pretty much a one-hit kill.
Sure.
Well, naturally, killing people. Gotta love it. Ooh. And we have access to... Oh, I thought we could use her computer. I was wrong. Huh. Oh well. Oh god. And we have some Dark Jedi to deal with. I'm gonna start using Force Choke to try to incapacitate them. Jolie, I'm gonna try to use Stasis to further incapacitate them. because these guys do have some fairly nasty force powers. You notice that one was trying to drain life. So the more you can keep them out of commission, the better off you're going to be. They're not a huge threat, but they can slice you up if you're not looking.
Sure.
Like, that drain life gets really annoying. They're constantly healing while they're damaging you, which of course means it's amazing power for us to get later on. All in due time, my friends. All in due time. Let us go up here. Okay. Big force field. That's a bit of a dead end.
What?
Force heal is such a useful ability. I really almost can't contemplate the game without it.
Combat mode. Active. Powering weapon.
That hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet.
Powering weapon.
That, yes?
Nothing like some good old-fashioned Sith murdering. Reminds me why I love this game. And for all the hate I give it, I do love this game. But speaking of hate, here comes a tricky-dicky little puzzle. Flow control room. If you just try to open a door, well, they're filled with water. So you gotta use these controls to drain the water. Seems simple. And voila, door opens. And you can see this room was recently drained. Now, the way it transfers the water is a little weird. And some of the control panels don't quite work.
Warning, activating flow control may flood occupied chambers. Please ensure all receiving chambers are empty.
The game will not actually let you drown yourself, thankfully. Okay. That control panel ain't working, and that door's filled with water. Let's try the other side. I wish I could tell you the more scientific way of doing this, but really, when I play through the game, this is kind of how I figured it out. Basically trial and error. And voila, we're through. Good enough for Congress. Space Congress. I guess that would be the Senate. More Dark Jedi. And this one is smart enough to have incapacitated Jolie. And HK. How about you don't sit there like an idiot? Oh, wow. Okay. Jolie. You need to heal us before we all die. HK still might die. Oh, okay, wow.
Yes? Sure. Yes?
Now get it.
Wow, that was a lot closer than I've ever gotten with those Dark Jedi. Whew. Oh, and the mine almost finished the job. We've only got a little bit more to clear out in the Sith base till we get to our objective.
And you need?
I need healing. Why do you even have to ask?
Acknowledgement.
And you need repairing.
Yes?
Yes?
Whew! Definitely a close one there. This is a bit of a combat-heavy episode, so there's not a lot of dialogue for me to kind of riff on like I normally do, but, still having fun killing a lot of Sith. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Not in my opinion.
Required.
Deadly toxin.
Vigilant.
Well, Jolie's poisoned. Unfortunately, oh, there he goes. Let me show off the new effective force heal. I think I have already, but it instantly cures all poisons. Very handy.
What?
And we have access to a computer panel here. We know what we must do. Overload power conduit. So satisfying. No real point to wasting spikes on that. We'll get to those droids here in a minute. That's us. We don't want to overload that power conduit. That's where the secretary was. No options in the training room. And we've cleared out that room. And last but not least is disassembly room. We can disable or corrupt the sentry droids. I'd rather not waste the spikes. But we did a little murdering. Better than nothing.
Sure.
Alright. Working our way through the rest of the Sith base here, we discover this guy. This guy picked a bad day to walk to the John on his own. Fellas, if you work in a Sith base, it's never too unmanly to ask for a little assistance when going to the bathroom. You never know if a Jedi bent on
I think I've been...
tripping all the gas mines is roaming through the halls and is filled with murderous intent.
Sure.
This safety tip and others, courtesy of the Sith. Okay, we got some droids here. Well, Jolie is our droid taking care of specialist, so let's pull him up here. Disable droid, so useful here. As you can see, it leaves them into smoldering piles of ruins that do nothing, and it does a crap ton of damage per hit. Much more than even our guy with all of his lightsabers can do.
Sure.
These droids are pretty tough. They do give 500 experience each when killed. But man, does a destroy droid just whips through them like butter. Particularly with Jolie, since he is so strong with his force powers. Up here we've got a door. And this door's locked. There's no way to open it at this point in time. So a little bit of backtracking. I wonder if Sith soldiers get paid, you know? Is it just like a normal army, you know? You pay, there's different jobs, because I don't really see many, like, you know, Sith engineers, Sith medical technicians. I imagine the Sith army recruitment video isn't that impressive. Not very inspiring. Maybe I'm wrong. Disassembly room. Here's our prize. Oh, but first we have a war droid we can, well, since our repair is so high, only costs a few repair parts to activate him to the maximum capacity of fixing up his shields, his targeting system, and he'll help us out here in this combat.
Yes. See what you got.
That hurt, I bet.
Combat mode active. Here. Here.
I believe our friendly little war droid was lost in the squabble, but he still gives us a good bit of XP even for the mere act of repairing him. Yeah, some droid parts here, and voila, what we came to discover: the broken droid that contains the information we need. And voila, data module. Excellent. Just got this one room to check out and then we can leave. Oh, more droids. Jolie, you know what you gotta do.
That hurt, I bet.
It also requires extremely low force point usage.
That hurt, I bet.
And HK and Jolie have leveled up. I'll go with advanced throw lightsaber, because why not?
Yes?
Yes.
Droid efficiency at its best.
Again, showing off destroy droid.
That hurt, I bet.
It's really, really handy, guys.
What?
Those droids are quite a beast if you don't handle them properly. Up this way to the north computer room, you can walk through some steam just to get access to another computer terminal, but it has no other options than the other computer terminal that we didn't have to walk through steam for, so really no point. And that being said, we've cleared out this Sith base pretty nicely. We've accomplished our objective. It's time to leave. Head back to the Republic Embassy and collect our reward. Well done, everyone. Pats all around, promotions in the morning. Hello? Arrest? You picked the wrong man. Entire armed forces, you have 5 droids. Jolie could wipe them out with a thought. Alright, I hate the Selkath language, so I will be skipping through a lot of this upcoming dialogue. Read fast or I'll summarize. So, they saw us walk into the base, they heard explosions, gunfire, and then they saw us walk out. That's circumstantial evidence in my book, but we'll hold a farce of a trial, apparently. So the game railroads you into being arrested, even though I could easily kill all of those droids. What an indignity. Thank God Bastila doesn't see me like this. Oh great, they gave me a fish lawyer. Goodbye. Well, let's go with the truth to this guy at least. That's it? Alright. Let's get cooking. Let's get this miscarriage of justice underway. I wisely did not bring my red lightsaber. Now, I may be a simple country hopper chicken. You can keep going. Here's all 5 of the fish people judges. God, way to save on your voice acting budget, BioWare, huh? Listen to a whole trial made up of this. Again, they saw us enter, they heard weapons fire, they saw us leave. Our lawyer pleads it was circumstantial. Our lawyer can shut up now. Oh God, your mouth! It's right in my face! Back away from the camera. Goodbye. Yeah, go away. Well, we've tried the truth, it didn't really help. Let's lie our asses off. Yes, they were secretly trying to lure me to the dark side. They knew I might be tempted by that. I do love how the one judge is like, no, that pretty much does sound like them. Well, it sounds like they are arguing in my favor. Haha. The justice system works again. And they're gonna write a nasty note to the Sith. A memo. Oh. Actually, that does sound serious. The police won't answer, and they're no longer subject to the law. Hooray! Another victory of great justice. What a worthless lawyer. And HK and Joe Lee are back with us. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this update. We've successfully invaded the Sith base and convinced the people of Selkath that we were perfectly right in doing so. Or at least that we didn't commit a crime.
What?
So that wraps it up for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll be back to a more regular scheduled update of these Let's Play videos on a more about once a week basis now. I apologize for the delay. Hope you enjoyed. Continue to comment and vote in the thread, and we'll see you next time on more Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Have a good one.